Welcome to Barak's Loft. I hope you enjoy the video. And Snowball says hi. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I get to show you a few birds from Chris from Northern Lights. He has got quite a few different colors here, guys, that are just fantastic. I will put his email in here and you guys can see how it looks and show you all these birds here. He's a great guy and looking forward to showing you what they look like.
Okay, so the next bird we have here, this is going to be a group of stencils. Okay, so we got toy stencil and frill stencil on this bird. The frill is in the tail and the flights. It gives it that ribbon appearance, and the toy stencil is in the wing shield itself. This bird here is a recessive red stencil that I've crossed into homers. Took a long time to get him to this at this point. These are just a few of the birds that I have. This bird is a 2020 bird. And it's a hen. So you can imagine it's got a beautiful stance. So that is a recessive red stencil. And then we're gonna move next to it. We're gonna keep the same video going. This one, it will be a dilute. This is a recessive yellow. Okay, beautiful looking hen. This hen has a 2020 band, but it's a 2021 bird. I had ran out of bands. So let me see if I get it to turn there. Fixed its flight. Come on. So this is a dilute, obviously of recessive red. Can't get it to stand nice. You can see the wing shield. There we go. So that is a recessive red stencil hen. This one is also a hen. So it's basically a dilute of the first bird we had showed you, the red one on the right there. Okay, it's dilute compared to the non-dilute. Then what we have here is a young hen again. Yeah, there we go. We'll shut that other one so it doesn't fly out, and maybe that one. This here is a bird in spread, toy stencil, frill stencil. There again, you could see the appearance of bars, which this bird is not in bar. It's in check or T-check, but by manipulating the breeding that I do, it gives it the appearance of being a bird in bar, which it's not though. You could see a little bit of this coming out. If you keep breeding, let's say this to another one very similar, this will just increase in color and flecking. Basically what I do is I take something similar to this. If they start getting a little bit too much flecking, and I'll put it back to a bird in straight spread, so a bird in black, and I'll let them have babies. This being the hen, I would save a young cockbird from that pairing, and I would put it back on a bird like this, and that would get me back to the appearance of a bar. And as you can see, it's jet black. It's got that beautiful purple and green sheen. That is what I'm looking for. Got her tail stuck in there. Okay, so that is a bird in spread, toy stencil, frill stencil. Okay, we'll open up the wings here when we're finished. So that's toy stencil 1, 2, and 3, by the way. The one would be a bird that's just in bronze, the markings. Toy stencil 2, 1, so it takes toy stencil 1 to make 2, and 1 and 2 to make 3. Okay, 1 and 2 are dominant, and the toy stencil 3, which would be the white appearance, would be a recessive. Okay, so this bird is in toy stencil. Let's back up. It's in spread first off, then it's in toy stencil 1, 2, and 3. Okay, how we know it's in spread is the tail is all white with black lacing. Okay, a bird that is not in spread would just have a tail bar that is white, which I'll show you down here. This next bird here is similar to that first one, but it's showing a hint of the bronze in there. Okay, so this is going to take a little bit more work to get that out. This is an older hen. This is a 2016, I want to say. 17, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right, white, 17. So this is a beautiful hen. This is one of my favorites. She throws out amazing young birds. There's a fairly good chance that this bird here on the right is a daughter to this bird. You can see a little bit of brown in there. So you would pair 2 of these together, and eventually you would produce young birds that this bronze would be absent, and it would just show white. I like this hen. She's got a beautiful body shape and everything else. This would be a toy stencil. There again, these are all in spread. This is a toy stencil 1 and 2. You could see the bronzing in there, in the wing shields, or I mean in the bars, the appearance of bars. I keep saying they're bars, they're not. You could see how there's bronzing and white mixed in there. So that is a bird in toy stencil 1, showing bronzing, and toy stencil 2, showing the white mixed with the bronze, kind of giving it that cream appearance, okay? The tail's still gonna be white, because that's from the frill, okay? We'll show a video of me opening this bird up, and there's gonna be a lot much more bronzing once I open this bird up. This bird is also a young bird from this year. It does have the appropriate 2021 band. So yeah, that is a bird that's gonna be a year old. Then this is a bird that is also in spread. Okay, get it to stand nice. It's a gorgeous looking bird once it stands nice. And this is a bird from 2020. Get it, fix its flights. Nothing worse than a bird having its flights below its tail. So there's that. This bird is also heterorecessive red. That gives it that brown checking. This bird is being very uncooperative. Okay, that kind of gives you that brown appearance and that rusty appearance in the neck. There we go, a little better. That's a toy stencil. It's first in spread. Then we got toy stencil 1, 2, and 3. Okay, that's a gorgeous example. Quite commonly liked by many. Then we have next to it, this is what I'm talking about, a bird that is not in spread. If you could see its tail, the tail bar is white. Get it to move over a little bit. Can you see the tail bar? Maybe not. Okay, if you can kind of see that tail bar, it's got a white ribbon. The white does not go all the way up to the body of the bird. It's just in the tail spots, okay? Where a tail bar would be, it's covered in white. So this is a blue toy stencil 1 and 2. And also frill stencil with the tail. Anytime you see the white markings on the tail, that tells you that it's also in frill. So this bird is in blue, as you can see. Gorgeous looking hen. She's from last year. She's got a 2019 band, because there again, I ran out of 2021 bands. But this bird is only gonna be a year here, this coming up season. Then next to it is the Dilute of blue, okay? This is one of my favorite Dilute cockbirds. And so that is basically that, but in Dilute. So that is a non-Dilute into a Dilute. It gives it that goldish, kind of like a copper, like a field color, like a wheat field or small grain field ripening. Gives it that beautiful gold shine. As you can see, his tail is not showing great frill stencil, but it is. You can see the white on the tail bar. It's a little difficult to see if he's not turning right. There again, he is one of my favorites. This is by far one of the most difficult things to recreate for whatever reason in my lofts. Is a beautiful marked bird in Dilute, in T-check, okay, check and T-check. This one happens to be in T-check, okay. For whatever reason, it's very difficult. I've got probably like 1 or 2 of these come out like this every year. Otherwise, a lot of the shield is most of this bled out, or it is even weaker in color. So this is a very difficult genetic thing for it to occur. All right. Okay, then what we're gonna do is we're gonna show you some of the stencil birds, recessive reds, maybe some yellows. We'll go down to that one down there with spread that shows a lot more white. So this is a perfect example of a recessive red when it comes to that. You can see that beautiful red checking in there, okay? There again, this bird was born all red, and all this white flecking comes with age. So when you see a stencil, you can't judge. It's like an almond. Almonds only get better with age. Stencils only get better with age. And what I like about the reds is sometimes you can see the tail bar. Well, they'll look like little hearts on the blotches, like right there. It gives the appearance of like a Valentine heart, okay? So like I said before, this bird was born all red. So when it was born, it was this color, okay? And it transformed into this, all right? Into this white pattern look. stencil it. I'll show you the yellow one. This is a beautiful young yellow. Just like the red, okay? It's just a dilute of red, recessive red. That is beautiful, okay?
Gorgeous.
You can see how that is kind of like a creamish yellow, okay? There again, some of the yellows will have like little hearts on their tail. It will give you an appearance of like a heart. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, it does.
And what I like about this bird is the yellow itself is even through the bird. The head, the neck, down through there. It's a little light on the legs, but yellow is a very difficult thing to get a true, nice, sharp yellow, which that bird, being under a year old, is super cool. I'm gonna grab one down here. These are kind of interesting. This bird again is in spread, okay, with the tail being all white with the black accents. And there's this bird. Clean him up a little bit. So yeah, that is a bird in spread, toy stencil 1, 2, and 3, being heterorecessive red. He just does not want to face the camera. Go figure. So there's that. And then I'll show you the blue T-check. Okay, show you the difference of a bird in spread, not in spread. You see how that's different? The tail is just, the tail bar is white instead of being completely white. So this bird is not in spread where the other ones were. Okay, this is a blue, and I'll show you the dilute of this bird. But yeah, you would never guess that with the wings closed.
No, you wouldn't.
Very, very nice.
Yeah, gorgeous.
This is also another young hen. Now this is a cock bird. I'll bring it down that way. This would be a dilute of the blue that I just showed you. Okay, this is what happens when you add dilute to it. There again, just has the white tail bar, meaning he's not in spread. If he was in spread, this would be all white. And this is what you happen when you introduce dilute to the blue in stencils.
Gorgeous.
Okay, next we're gonna do is I'm gonna open up this bird here in toy stencil 1, 2, and 3. There again, it's in spread. You could tell by the white tail with the black accents, okay? So as you can see, it's beautiful white markings, lacking a bronze. So this is toy stencil 1, 2, and 3. Okay, to get to 3, you need toy stencil 1 and 2. To get to 2, you need 1, so 1 and 2, okay? So this is a young hen. When they were born, they're not gonna, most birds, when they're gonna finish like this, for example, they will show very little, if any, white. This will come after several molts. This will all happen within, obviously, the year. This bird is under a year, so this gives you an idea. So when you're having young stencils and you're not sure if it's gonna show and you're really wanting to know, you're curious, you would take the young bird, flip it over. Now imagine this all being black, okay? You would take the down here, you would pull it back, and underneath these flights, or underneath the tail itself, will show a small amount of white. That way you know the white will be coming through if you're too anxious to wait. So this is a toy stencil 1, 2, and 3, the white markings. And then we're gonna move to this one here. This is toy stencil 1 and 2. I'll bring it down your way. So this one here, I'm gonna hold them together so you can kind of see. Okay. See how this one has the white and the bronze kind of mixed together? Okay. This would be toy stencil 1 and 2. A bird in toy stencil 1, these markings would just be bronze, would be dark bronze. Okay. The toy stencil 1 and 2, when they're mixed, they're going to give the appearance of like a creamy white chocolate milk. Then you open this up to see the more of the bronzing showing through. So that is toy stencil 1 and 2. Okay. So that'd be the difference. Basically what you would do is you could take 2 of these. Okay. You would take 2 of these and you'd breed them. And you would slowly get something that would look like this. And then you would keep breeding that, either take this bird to that, or you would take 2 birds that are similar to that, and they would become this. You would clean that bronzing up off of the white, is how you'd clean that up. Okay, here we go.
I hope you guys enjoyed the video today. So please like, share, and leave a comment below. And thank you again for watching. And you all have a great day. And thank you. If you got any questions, please email Chris or myself. I will leave it in the description below. and I hope you enjoy the day. So